welcome you all to this offering of Sant Kabir. And I thank you also, Chandreshji, to accompany me on flute. There is a wonderful little poem about flute. लगा लो मुझे अधरों से अपने कि मैं बांस से बांसुरी बन जाऊं. This is a little poem which says, touch me with your lips, so from a piece of bamboo I become a flute. The Indian word, Hindi word for bamboo is bans, and the word for flute is bansuri, which literally means the rhythm of the bamboo. And Indian flute has no metal in it, it's just holes. And so when some musician plays on it, as you will hear Chandreshji do this evening, it becomes not from a piece of bamboo, it becomes a flute. And so a devotee like Santa Meera, 400 years ago, she said, लगा लो मुझे अधरों से अपने कि मैं बांस से बांसुरी बन जाऊं. Oh Lord, touch me with your lips, so from a piece of bamboo I become a flute. Remarkable. So this is in some ways also the theme of Kabir. I am an author of a book that I wrote some years ago called The Vision of Kabir, and I translated 200 of his poems into English, and I present it in many parts of the world. I feel delighted to present it to people who don't know him, and increasingly they are getting to know him. It is quite surprising that the poet who's most popular in the United States is a Persian poet, Jalaluddin Rumi, a 13th century poet from Persia who lived in Afghanistan, also in Turkey. He is the most famous and most popular poet in the United States. And it's quite remarkable how it would be so. And increasingly I'm discovering that Kabir is becoming a very popular poet as well. He has been translated by many people in the United States, Linda Hess, Robert Bly, Charlotte Vaudeville in France. I translated him about 25 years ago, and others have done it. Because increasingly we find that many poets, whether they write in Persian or in Hindi or Punjabi or other languages, that unless they are translated, they do not get to be known to other people. India is a land of poetry. People often ask me, I have lived outside of India for a long time. I left India at the age of 21, and so that's over 45 years ago. And so I have lived in Canada, United States, Britain, but I keep coming back to India. So people often ask me, what do you think is the greatest genius of India? And I say quite unhesitantly, it is the poetry. It's poetry. India's greatest genius is expressed in its poetry. And it's a poetry that goes back a few thousand years, from the Upanishads to the Vedas, right to our own times. The greatest epic and poetry written is by Sri Aurobindo, Savitri. I'm reading it again and again and finding what an incredible ocean of wisdom it is, and also great verse. So why is it that India's genius is expressed in poetry? Because poetry, it has music, it has a rhythm, it is metaphoric, it is not literal. So all these qualities are very suitable to expressing the spirit, I believe. And that's why it has that particular ethos to it. Now, I want to share with you the original of Kabir. Now, Kabir was not at all, he never wrote anything. He did not know how to read and write. Many people don't know this. He did not read and he was an unlettered person. He did not know how to read or write any language. So many times scholars are debating what is genuinely Kabir's and what has just been added on to it, which is how scholars do these things to find out what is the real thing and what has been added on. But nevertheless, we are very lucky that they have survived, not only survived to this day. Kabir is probably the most sung poet in India today. Every great musician sings his songs, and take great delight. And I have attended many sessions in many parts of the world, including recently in Jaipur at the Literature Festival, how people are gravitate to the songs of Kabir. So today I'm going to present to him what is called dohas. Now Kabir wrote many, or composed many things, what are called couplets, dohas, simple dohas. They're just 2 lines. But those 2 lines are like pearls. They contain so much. They contain so much. And then he also wrote bhajans, or composed bhajans, which are longer pieces. And so I did not translate bhajans, I just translated couplets. And so I will share with you some of these couplets because they are really a wealth of knowledge. So let me start with you. It's a simple one so that we get into the spirit of it. मन का फेरत युग भया गया न मन का फेर कर का मन का चांडिके अरे मन का फेर. Now let me tell you the beauty of these words. He plays, Kabir, as all great poets do, he plays with the words. This word manka has 2 meanings, quite different meanings. And he uses the same word 5 times in this couplet, small couplet. The word manka means bead. Bead as in a rosary, in a bead. But it also means something that belongs to the heart. It has 2 meanings. So he says, for years you have been moving the beads in your hand, yet nothing has moved in your heart. Leave aside the beads, open your hands, let the heart turn. मन का फेरत युग भया अरे गया न मन का फेर कर का मन का छांडिके मन का फेर. Remove the beads of the heart. And so I see that's how a poet plays. And it's sometimes quite a challenge for a translator to translate the beauty, the nuances of poetry. Translation is always, so much is lost in translation, but particularly so in poetry. हरी है खांडू रेत मही हाथ चुनी ना जाए. God's presence is like grains of sugar in a pile of sand. Listen to the words. God's presence is like grains of sugar in a pile of sand. An elephant cannot pick them, but a little ant knows the way. Truth, my friends, is very subtle. Be humble to seek it. हरी है खांडू रेत मही हाथ चुनी ना जाए. हरी है खांडू रेत मही हाथ चुनी ना जाए. कहे कबीर गुरु भली बुझाई चींटी होय के खाए. चींटी होय के खाए. Again and again, Kabir invokes the everyday metaphors of life. He was a weaver. He was a weaver all his life. And being a weaver, he was at the lower caste of the Indian society, Hindu hierarchy. And as you know, many of you have lived in India, Indian caste system has been oppressive to so many people. And they've been untouchable caste. And then in the untouchable caste, there are so many gradations. So he was a julaha, a weaver. His metaphors are never philosophical. They're not grand philosophy. His philosophy comes from the soil, from the simplicity. That's why he says, God's presence is like grains of sugar in a pile of sand. An elephant cannot pick them, but a little ant knows the way. I mean, how many philosophers observe life like this? So he observes how ant picks up the grains of sugar. So, Hari hai khandu, ret mahi, haath chuni na jaye, kahe Kabir, Guru bhali bujhai, chinti hoi ke khai, chinti hoi ke khai. So again and again, Kabir is distinguished from other poets of India, some of them very literary poets who invoke the metaphors, very literary metaphors, but he does from the soil, from the life of people. And all his allusions to weaving, to pottery, to agriculture, to the fruit, to the seeds, as always makes you feel grounded on the earth. Kabir lived in the city of Varanasi in North India, in the state of Uttar Pradesh. And he lived all his life there. He didn't travel all that much. And as his fame grew, many people, both the Hindus and the Muslims, trying to claim him as one of their saints. So he has many names. Sometimes he's called Pir Kabir. Other times he's called Shah Kabir. Other times called Sant Kabir, and sometimes called Kabir Das, servant of God. And he is a poet who is non-Sikh, who's in the Sikh scriptures, in the Guru Granth Sahib. And he's included there with the voice of many other gurus. So Kabir makes it, what is special about Kabir again, he is considered a Sufi saint, Sufi poet, Pir, and many people sing his songs in a Sufi style. They also sing him in a Sikh style, Shabd. The Sikhs, their Shabd in the Guru Granth Sahib. And as you see, if you go to a Gurudwara, Sikh temple, they are beautiful singing in a Sikh temple, and there is special style, and you'll see Kabir being sung there. And then you also see him sung by Vaishnavas as a Bhakta, Kabir as a Bhakta, as a great devotee. And so he combines all this. The story goes about him when he died. So there were now both the Muslims and the Hindus trying to say that we will want to conduct the last rites according to our customs. Now, as you know, the Hindus cremate their dead, and the Muslims bury their dead. So they were fighting, what should we do with this body? Should we cremate it or should we bury it? And so the legend has it. These are legends. So the legend has it, when they removed the shroud, there was no body there. Only a heap of flowers. And so the legend has it, they divided the flowers. So there's half the flowers were buried and the other half flowers were cremated. There are two places very close to each other, about 100 meters apart, where one is where Muslims go to worship him, and then the other place where the Hindus go to worship him. Because they both claim him to be one of the great saints. most of the songs that he's written they're called love songs. They're really songs of love and ecstasy. And he often refers to this creature of this source of love as sometimes it's my beloved, sometimes my lover, sometimes he calls him my child, sometimes my friend. So there are many ways he invokes it. And other times he calls him Rama, but he says Rama is not the same Rama as in the prince of Ayodhya. He's not the prince of the great story of Ramayana. So he's a very impersonal God, made personal with all the attributes of love. Again and again, he speaks with great ecstasy about him. And he also made fun of people who were very orthodox Hindus and Muslims, say, Mund mudai, hari milai, to sabko ile mundai. You see, many Hindus shave their heads, the holy people shave their heads. And so he makes fun of them. He says, if by shaving your head, you could see the face of God, how easy it would be. How easy it would be. Say, look at a sheep, how often it is shorn and how far from God it is. Mund mundai hari milai, mund mundai hari milai, to sab koi le mundai. Mund mundai hari milai, to sab koi le mundai. Bar bar ke mundte, bhed na bekunt jaye. Look at a sheep, how often it is shorn, yet how far from heaven it is. So it has nothing to do with how you look, but what is inside you. And then he makes the fun of Muslims as well. This is the fun, making fun of the Hindu orthodoxy. He makes fun of the Muslims. He says, Kankar pathar jodi ke, masjid lai chunaye. Kankar pathar jodi ke, masjid lai chunaye. You see, they have piled stones and bricks, and they have made into a mosque. And there on top, the mullah barks the name of God as though God was deaf. Do you think God is deaf? Why is he shouting his name like this? So he said, Kankar pathar jodi ke, masjid lai chunaye. Kankar pathar jodi ke, masjid lai chunaye. Ta chadhya mullah bang de, kya behra hua khudaye. Is God deaf? Why is he shouting so high? So again, and you can see how so much orthodoxy, they were so upset by him. There were many attempts to kill him. As you know, in India, Hindus worship idols everywhere. There's so many idols, whereas the Muslims don't worship idols. So he would say, well, God is not in idols. If by worshipping an idol I could find God, I might as well worship a mountain. And then he says, better still, why not a grindstone? At least it grinds the grain and feeds the world. That is better. So, Pathar pooje hari milai, Pathar pooja hari milai, to main poojun pahad. Pathar pooja hari milai. If by worshipping a stone you could find God, oh, I would rather worship a mountain. Pathar pooja hari milai, to main poojun pahad. Tate wo chakki bhali, just a piece of khai sansar. I say I would rather worship a grindstone. It is better because it feeds the world. It does some good. You know, what good does this idol do? So in a way, he goes beyond the idols, beyond the mosques, beyond the temples, beyond the rituals. And again he invokes that one has to look inside to find the real truth, to find the real truth. And he invokes it again and again. Lali mere lal ki, jit dekhun tit lal. Lali mere lal ki, my beloved's light is spread everywhere. When I went searching for it, I too became part of that light. Lali mere lal ki, jit dekhun tit lal. Again, he plays with his words. He's like a great artist, a painter, who mixes many colors to make a painting. So he plays with this word lal. Lal means child. It also means red color. It also means light, illumination. So he says, Lali mere lal ki, jit dekhun tit lal. Lali dekhan main bhi ho gayi lal. When I went searching for that illumination, I too became part of that light. Say, Abli Allah Nooro Paya Kudrati ke sab bande. You see, he's now, remember 500 years ago, there's a lot of tension between the Hindus and the Muslims. As it still prevails in some parts of the world, still parts of India or Pakistan and so on. So, but at that time, there was tension, sometimes provoked by the orthodoxies, by the politicians, as it always happens. So, again and again, he's invoking that's the same breath that flows in all beings. It's the same flesh that makes all creatures. And so, same light that is in all beings. What is good? What is bad? Who's a Muslim? Who's a Hindu? These are all illusions of your own mind. Abli Allah Nooro Paya Kudrati ke sab bande. Abli Allah Nooro Paya Kudrati ke sab bande. Ek noor se sab jagah upja. Are kaun bhale, wo kaun mande. From one light, all has come to be. Who is good? Who is bad? These are illusions of your own mind. So you see, he goes beyond what we sometimes consider good or bad. And because when you see that light, everything is illuminated by it. And it's a new kind of radiance and illumination touches the whole creation. He says, I write letters to my beloved. Kabir says, he didn't know how to write, but he says, I write letters to my beloved as though she lived in another land. How I forget that she lives here in my eyes, in my heart, receiving messages of my love at all times. Priyatam ko patiyan likhun, Priyatam ko patiyan likhun, Jo koi hoye videsh, as though he lived in another land. Priyatam ko patiyan likhun, jo koi hoye videsh, man mein, nanan mein, aankhan mein, dekho de piya desh. He's receiving messages of my love at all times. So again, Kabir, as I said, was not a lettered person. And many Brahmins, as you know, India has many Brahmins, people who read the scriptures, who read the books. So there was always a tension. He would make fun of these people who are read. He says, Likha likhi ki hai nahi, are dekha dekhi ki baat. He said, I say only what I've seen with my own eyes. I do not quote from the books. He said, I say only what I have seen with my own eyes. I do not quote from the books. When the bride is in the arms of her lover, who gives a damn about the wedding party? See, you know how in India the wedding parties, a huge number of people come to eat and drink and have fun, but real ceremony is really the marriage, the coming of the bride and the groom together. So he says, I am the groom and I'm meeting the bride. All these people have come to have a party. So he says, I say only what I have seen with my own eyes. What eyes? The inner eyes, the divine eyes. He says, I say only what I have seen with my own eyes. I do not quote from the scriptures. Well, the bride is in the arms of her lover. Who gives a damn about the wedding party? Say, likha likhi ki hai nahi. Likha likhi ki hai nahi. Are dekha dekhi ki baat. I say only what I have seen with my eyes. लिखा लिखी की है नहीं, अरे देखा देखी की बात, दुल्हा को दुल्हन मिली गयो, अरे फीकी पड़ी बारात, दुल्हा को दुल्हन मिली गयो, फीकी पड़ी बारात. I wish some of you, I know, don't know Hindi, so what a beautiful lines these are. Absolutely gorgeous, radiant lines. When dulha ko dulhan mili gyo, when the bride is in the arms of her lover, who gives a damn about the wedding party? Dulha ko dulhan mili gyo, are phiki padi barat. He's talking about his experiences of ecstasy, of meeting, discovery. So, Kumbh mein jal hai. He says, I am like a pot of clay. There is water inside me. There is water outside me. What am I? I am like a pot of clay. There is water inside me and there is water outside me. Suddenly now, with the touch of the Guru, this pot is broken. What is inside? What is outside? It is all one. Kumbh mein jal hai, jal mein kumbh. Kumbh mein jal hai, jal mein kumbh. Bahir bhitar pani. Kumbh mein jal hai, jal mein kumbh. Bahir bhitar pani. Phuta kumbh. Phuta kumbh. Jal jal hi samana. Yeh tat kahe gyani. That this pot is broken now, and the borders are broken. What is inside? What is outside? It is all one. See, many times we say one has to look within, and so he's even questioning, what is this within? Where does the within start and where is the without? And suddenly he says that when this, in a state of ecstasy, this realization, you see that the walls are broken. So the walls that separate you, the outside and the inside, they're gone. So again, Kumbh mein jal hai, jal mein kumbh, bahir bhitar pani, phuta kumbh, jal jal hi samana, yeh tat kahe gyani. There is a Sufi story, very beautiful Sufi story. A lover comes and knocks at the door of the beloved, and she asks from the inside, who's there? And he says, it's me. And the door remains closed. So a year later, he goes back. She asks again. He knocks at the door and he asks again, who's there? He says, it's you. And the door is open. So there is from Punjab, I come from Punjab, there's a beautiful story of Heer Ranja. And Heer is the great symbol of love, beloved. And Ranja is so Ranja, Ranja Kendi, main bhi Ranja hoi. You see, calling his name, I too became Ranja. I became Ranja. Ranja, Ranja Kendi, main bhi Ranja hoi. So here Kabir says, Jab main tha, when I was me, her face was hidden from me. Jab main tha, to tu nahi, ab tu hai to main nahi. When I was there, my ego was there, I was there. I was separate from you. When I was there, you were hidden from me. But now that I am gone, I see your face. He says this path of love is much too narrow. Two cannot walk here, only one. This is narrow path of love. Two cannot walk here, only one. Jab main tha, tab tu nahi, ab tu hai to main nahi. Beautiful words in Hindi. I wish I could translate it. I tried to do. But beautiful, the words in the original are so beautiful. He's considered the greatest poet of the last 1,000 years, even though he didn't write. Hindi literature people, critics, commentators say he's the greatest. So he said, Jab main tha, tab tu nahi, ab tu hai to main nahi. Are prem gali ati sankari, isma dona samahi. This path of love is much too narrow. Two cannot walk here, only one. Jab main tha, tab tu nahi, ab tu hai to main nahi. Are prem gali ati sankari, isma dona samahi, isma dona samahi. Again he says, Piya chahe prem ras. You see, you want to taste the love. You want to taste what love is like. And yet you don't let your ego go. You want to taste love. He says, he's invoking all his followers around him. You want to taste love. And yet you don't let your ego go. He says, Piya chahe prem ras, rakha chahe man, ek myan mein do khadag. Aankh sunana kaan. He says, in the two swords in one sheath. Who has ever heard of such a stupid thing? Such a strange thing. As two swords in one sheath. You see, one sheath, only one sword fits in. So he says, Piya chahe prem ras, rakha chahe man. You want to experience, feel love, and yet you don't let your ego go. And it is like having two swords in one sheath. What an absurd thing. Who has ever heard of such a thing? Piya chahe prem ras, rakha chahe man. Piya chahe prem ras, rakha chahe man. Ek myan mein do khadag. Are aankh suni na kaan. Then he says again, Kabira hari ras yu piya. There as I said, he draws so much from the life around him. And that is what really a great poet does. All life becomes sacred. You don't look for the temples or philosophy to make life sacred. Every ordinary thing becomes sacred. Kabira hari ras yu piya. I am so intoxicated with the love of God that all my doubts are gone forever. I am so intoxicated with the love of God that all my doubts are gone forever. It's like potter's bowl, once baked in the fire, is not put on the wheel again. Kabira hari ras yu piya. Kabir, he says, Kabir, he often addresses himself, talks to himself. That is the style of poetry. People addressed as though you are reflecting yourself in the mirror. So he again and again uses Kabir. Kabira hari ras yu piya, baki rahi na thak. Kabira hari ras yu piya, baki rahi na thak. Paka kalash kumhar ka, chadhiya na duji bar. Chadhiya na duji bar. So you're finished. The wheel is gone. The wheel, and many times, you can say, it is the wheel of life. So as though you're now baked, you have find moksha, nirvana, a certain level of freedom. You're gone beyond it. Again and again, Kabir refers to the whole universe as a house, as a universe filled with love. So he's Kabira ye ghar prem ka. He says the whole universe is a house of love. It is not a house of pleasure. Kabira ye ghar prem ka, khala ka ghar nahi. Kabira ye ghar prem ka, khala ka ghar nahi. Shish utare hati kari, so paisa ghar mahi. If you let your ego go, only then you enter into this world, into this world of love. Kabira ye ghar prem ka, ye ghar, this house, this universe is a house of love, not a house of pleasure. The great distinction he makes, house of pleasure and house of love. Say, and you have to surrender your ego in order to enter it and rejoice in it. Kabira ye ghar prem ka, khala ka ghar nahi. Shish utare hati kari, so paise ghar mahi. Again, so many times the Kabir's songs are so sensuous, so erotic sometimes, because he evokes like two lovers might evoke a erotic poetry, sensuous poetry. So he says, "Nainan ki karun kothari, I'll make my eyes into a bridal chamber. I'll make my eyes into a bridal chamber. In the pupil of my eye, I will lay the bridal bed. I will lower my eyelashes like silken curtains, and there I'll endear my lover." See? I'll make my eyes into a bridal chamber. In the pupil of my eye, I'll lay the bridal bed. I will use my eyelashes like silken curtains, and there I'll endear my lover. Nainan ki karun kothari, नैनन की करूं कोठरी, पुतली पलंग बिछाऊं. नैनन की करूं कोठरी, पुतली पलंग बिछाऊं. पलकन की चिकदारी के पिया को लेऊं रिझाऊं. पिया को लेऊं रिझाऊं. I'll use my eyelashes like silken curtains. पलकन की चिकदारी के पिया को लेऊं रिझाऊं. Then he says, oh my beloved, come into my eyes. Come into my eyes, and I will lower my eyelids, so I won't look at another, and I won't let you see another. Such sense of possession. And nainan yantar avatu, nainan yantar avatu, tehu nain jhapehu. You see, you come into my eyes, and I'll close my eyelids. नैनन यंत्र आवतूं, तेहूं नैन जपेहूं, ना मैं देखूं किसी और को, ना तुझे देखन देहूं. Now I know these two people here know Hindi. I'm happy to see you here. You come into my eyes, I'll lower my eyelids so I don't see another, and I won't let you see another. नैनन यंत्र आवतूं, तेहूं नैन जपेहूं. नैनन यंत्र आवतूं, तेहूं नैन जपेहूं. ना मैं देखूं किसी और को, ना तुझे देखन देहूं. Then you see in the Indian brides, some of you know, when a woman in India gets married, in the parting of the hair, they put red powder. That's a sacred symbol. It's called sindoor. So he says, in this parting of the hair, you don't put black powder, you put only red powder. If you put black powder, that will be considered inauspicious. He says, so I have put sindoor and in my hair, because I am now the bride of God. And don't confuse me, he says, with any other powder. I know what I have to put. So he says, Kabira rekh sindoor ki, Kabira rekh sindoor ki, kajal diya na jaye. Kabira rekh sindoor ki, kajal diya na jaye. Nain ramya rami raha, duja kahan samaye. See, now in my eyes he's entered, and now nothing else can go there. Nainin ramya rami raha, duja kahan samaye. So you see, only one. This is the sacred powder. And sacred powder. This has been a long tradition in Indian marriages. The idea what is a bride. So this is signified by putting sindoor in the parting of the hair. In Kabir's tradition, Guru is very important. In India, Guru has a very important place. Whether you're a guru of music or a dance or a spiritual guru, the guru is the one who leads you to open new doors. Very important. And in the Sikh tradition, there are 10 gurus, and it's called Gurudwara. The Sikh temple is called Gurudwara. It is the door for the guru to open to God. Gurudwara. So here is a doha, a couplet of Kabir, very famous. Everybody knows about it. Everybody sings it, knows about it. He says, Guru Gobind dono khade, Guru Gobind dono khade, kaake lagu paaye. My teacher and my God both stand here before me. Who shall I bow first? Should it be the Guru or God? Then he says, no, it's the Guru, because it is he who has opened the door to the Master. Guru Gobind dono khade, kaake lagu paaye. बलिहारी उस गुरु की जो गोविंद देव मिलाए, बलिहारी उस गुरु की जो गोविंद देव मिलाए. Then again he talks about guru in another context. You see, the guru, he draws from the metaphor of pottery. You see, when a potter is making a pot, he beats from the outside, but he spouts from the inside. So a beautiful pot can be created. He says, Guru kumhar shish kumbha hai. Guru is like a potter, and the student, a pupil, is like a pot. He beats from the outside, but see how beautifully he spouts from the inside, so a beautiful pot can be created. Guru kumhar shish kumbh hai, gadi gadi kaadhe khot. Guru kumhar shish kumbh hai, gadi gadi kaadhe khot. Antar haath sahar de, bahir mare chot. Bahar se, he beats from the outside, but he spouts from the inside, so a beautiful pot can be created. Truly, if any one of us is lucky to find a guru, it's really a great. I feel that Kabir has become my guru. I discovered him at the age of 35, and I feel so much drawn to, so much learning from him, even though he's passed away 500 years ago, but he beckons me and inspires me. So the idea, somebody, something, some book, something that inspires you, beckons you, shows you the light, is a guru. And he, again and again, sometimes people say, who was his guru? Who was his real guru? And sometimes they refer to a person, Ramananda, he was a Brahmin, was he really his guru? Or then he says, well, everything. He saw the whole universe, and every part of the universe was a guru for him. Everything taught him, and he learned from everything. So his guru was not necessarily a person, but the whole universe was a guru. So Guru Gobind, again, Guru Gobind, dono khade. Guru Gobind dono khade, kaake lagu paaye. My teacher and my master both stand here before me. To whom shall I bow first? So it's the guru I must, because it is he who has opened the door to the master. Guru Gobind dono khade, kaake lagu paaye. Balihari us guru ki, jo Gobind Dev dikhaye. Guru kumhar shish kumbh hai, gadi gadi kaadhe khot. Guru is like a potter, and the student is like a pot. Guru kumhar shish kumbh hai, gadi gadi kaadhe khot. Antar haath sahar de, bahir mare chot. Bahir mare chot. Synthesis of Yoga. Beautiful, beautiful essay. I just read it this morning. I was so deeply touched. He alludes to Kabir. He talks about Kabir in his essay. And the mystery of love. So there, Sri Aurobindo and others as well, they talk about this particular idea. What is the drop and what is the ocean? So how the ocean becomes part of the drop, and how the drop is in the ocean. So here is it says, Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. He says Kabir has been looking for him everywhere. But when a drop is submerged in the ocean, who can say what is what? Then it says it again, I have been looking for him everywhere. But when the ocean is submerged in the drop, who can say what is what? Then third time around, he says, when the drop is submerged in the ocean, that everybody understands. But how the ocean becomes part of the drop, that only a rare man can comprehend. So, Herat Herat He Sakhi, Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. Boond samana samad mein ab kat heri jai. You see, when the drop is submerged in the ocean, who can say what is what? Boond samana samad mein ab kat heri jai. Second time he says, Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. Samad samana boond mein ab kat heri jai. When the ocean is submerged in the drop, who can say what is what? Then he says, Boond samana samad mein, Boond samana samad mein, Jane sab koi. Samad samana boond mein, Are bujhe birla koi. You see, only a rare man can understand how the ocean can be contained in the drop. So again, I'm say it again because it's the three beautiful dohas. Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. Boond samana samad mein, ab kat heri jai. Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. Herat Herat He Sakhi, Raha Kabir Herai. Samad samana boond mein, bujhe birla koi. Samad samana boond mein, bije birla koi. Boond samana samad mein, jana sab koi. Samad samana boond mein, are bujhe birla koi. This is Kabir again and again, as I have said, a very always provoking people to look for the real, not be caught in the unnecessary rituals. As people are used to everywhere in the world, they think the rituals are the real thing, but he's invoking again and again. Say, karma to mala phire. He says, you're moving, look, your beads are moving in your hand, and your tongue is moving in your mouth. Your mind is moving all over the world. Don't fool yourself. This is not the way to meet the beloved. Karma to mala phire. Karma to haath mein to. You see in your hand the beads are moving. Karma to mala phire. Jeeb phire mukh mahi. Manva to chahu dishi phire. Are yeh to sumar nahi. Yeh to sumar nahi. This is no way to remember him. This is no way. You see, the beads are moving in your hand. Your tongue is moving in your mouth. Your mind is moving all over the world. This is no way to remember him. In the Indian mythology, belief that how does a pearl get to be made a pearl? How does a pearl get made? It still was a great mystery how a pearl is formed. Now we can make artificial pearls, but for a long time they were real. Then they say, how does it get made? So the Indian belief is that there is a special drop of rain that falls in the mouth of the oyster at a special specific configuration of the stars. Only that drop becomes a pearl. That's the belief. So Kabir says, I am waiting for that drop, for that rain. Kabira seep samand ki. You see, I am in the ocean. Kabir says, I am in the ocean, yet I am so thirsty for that drop that will become a pearl. For that drop of water. Even though I am in the ocean is all water all around me, but I am in the ocean, but I am waiting for that drop of water, that swati boond, that special drop of water that will become a pearl. Kabira seep samand ki. Kabira seep samand ki rata hai pyas pyas. I'm thirsty for that particular drop of water. Kabira seep samand ki rata hai pyas pyas. Samud hi tinka bari ginai swati bund ki aas. I'm waiting for that particular drop that will become the pearl. जिन ढूंढा तिन पाया, जिन ढूंढा तिन पाया, गहरे पानी पैठ, मैं बोरी बोड़न डरी, रही किनारे बैठ, रही किनारे बैठ. I was a scared old woman. I just sat at the shore, empty-handed. Again and again, he invokes and provokes and inspires the courage to be, courage to dive, and yet this surety of this idea, deep idea, that there is a pearl to be found. And the pearl is within and without. Pearl is here and outside, everywhere. And then again, he takes this Kasturi Kundali Basai. He says, you see, look at a deer. There's a story about deer. The deer is wandering all over the forest. And yet there is something inside his own belly that is the source of fragrance. He does not know that the fragrance is within. There's Kasturi, this is called Kasturi, is in his belly. And yet he's wandering all over the place for that fragrance. Say Kasturi Kundali Basai, Mriga Dhunda Ban Mahi. She says it is within. Kasturi is within, the sense of fragrance is within, and yet he wanders all over the forest. Kasturi Kundali Basai, Mriga Dhunda Ban Mahi, Aise Ghat Ghat Ram hai, Duniya Dekhe Nahi. Same as God is, so is within, and yet we are so blind we don't see it. We wander all over, go to the pilgrimage places, go to the various places of pilgrimage and temples and so on. So we don't look within. We just look at the deer. He thinks the source of fragrance is somewhere else, and he's smelling here and there, but doesn't stop to look within. Kasturi Kundali Basai, Mrigbhande Dhunde Ban Mahi, Aise Ghat Ghat Ram hai, Are Duniya Dekhe Nahi. We're going to conclude by saying to you again two pieces that are my very favorite, that I started with. Say, Lali mere lal ki, jit dekhun tit lal. My beloved's illumination, light is spread everywhere. When I went looking for it, I too became part of that light. Lali mere lal ki, jit dekhun tit lal. Lali dekhan main bhai, मैं भी हो गई लाल, मैं भी हो गई लाल, लाली मेरे लाल की, जित देखूं तित लाल, लाली मेरे लाल की, जित देखूं तित लाल, लाली देखन मैं भी हो गई लाल. Hari hai khandu, God's presence is like grains of sugar in a pile of sand. An elephant cannot pick them. And God's presence is like grains of sugar in a pile of sand. An elephant cannot pick them. but a little ant knows the way. Truth, my friends, is very subtle. Be humble to seek it. Hari hai khandu, reit mahi, haath chuni na jaye. Hari hai khandu, reit mahi, haath chuni na jaye. Kahe Kabir, Guru bhali bujhai, chinti hoi ke khai, chinti hoi ke khai, chinti hoi ke khai. Thank you so much.